Which is the team that you've been hearing about the most that we're not talking about, Jeremy? Which is the team that you're hearing about from other coaches, other members of our profession that on the outset of the season we should be, you think, talking about a little bit more?
Yeah, I kind of lean on my training camp tours. I went
Please.
around between joint practices and tours. I hit 16 teams up. You mentioned the Browns. Watching them, I mean, their defense is going to be awesome. Like, I don't think there's any doubt about that. There's still questions about Deshaun Watson. We haven't seen him much. I saw him throw a little bit. He looked pretty good. I wouldn't say he looked like, wow, top 5 quarterback, but that was just one practice and they didn't have the best offense that day. It was a joint practice with the Vikings, but the defense, particularly the cornerbacks in the backfield, like, it would shock me if they're not one of the league's very best. So I think the Browns are, roster-wise, are as well positioned as just about anybody outside of maybe 3 or 4 teams right now. They've done a really good job of building that up. So if they get just capable quarterback play, they can win 11 and 12 games. Seattle's a team that a lot of people are sleeping on just being there. Like, there's a lot of talent there and a lot of depth. They might not have those blue chip top 5 guys, but they're loaded at every position. And Mike McDonald, just talking to him, you can tell he's got a lot of ideas. Ryan Grubb has an offense that's sort of emboldening Geno Smith in a big way, where he feels like he can take more ownership and change things at the line if he needs to, and has more autonomy than he did. So this could be really his best year.
I kind of like the moves Atlanta made in the last couple of weeks by adding Judon and Simmons, 2 bona fide, real grown-ass man veterans. You know what I mean? On the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, we had Kirk Cousins on just a couple days ago. He seemed to just be, chill. And again, I understand the Penix thing is still a head scratcher, but that didn't seem to me like it concerns him. Maybe down the road, but certainly for 2024, it doesn't. I'm wondering did you see them? Were you in their training camps at all?
I didn't go to Atlanta, but just really from my reporting all offseason and this summer, Kirk was blindsided. There's no doubt about the Penix deal, but it was stressed to me like he's a big boy. I mean, he's been in the NFL business a long time. He's worked the system to his favor. He's seen teams do what they need to do. They're going to do what they have to do at all costs to win. And sometimes that means drafting somebody you don't expect that could be a replacement. Like, he's cool that at this point he's made his peace with it. The efficiency that the offense will have has already been evident in just a couple weeks of training camp and preseason. Even though he hasn't been hit yet, that's really the next step, and that probably won't come till week 1, coming off that Achilles injury. But Drake London is going to be a 1,000-yard receiver. He's going to be a marquee guy now. Like, you can pretty much bet that, I think. So he's going to bring the best out of and unlock some targets that were just getting uneven bad quarterback play for a few years. Just that alone will lift them up. And you got to give them credit. They didn't panic on the pass rush front, right? Everybody said, get a pass rusher in the first round. Why take Michael Penix? Well, they said quarterback's too important, and there's always an avenue to get a better player. So Matthew Judon's probably better than most anybody would have drafted.
Heck yeah.
And you get him for a 3rd-round pick. So they're in a pretty good spot right now. They had to fix the defense in a few spots, and they did that. They were built 2 months ago as a team that could score points, but maybe was uneven up front. Well, Judon and Simmons doesn't solve everything, but it solves a few things.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.